Can you dig it, sucker?
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. At a moment on Saturday night in the presser, getting a chance to ask a few questions and talk to the fighters, and came to Israel Adesanya making his way into the press room, answer a few questions, and he spotted me. And he had a moment. He had a moment there because he felt a certain way about me when he was a kid. The one thing he said was, "Man, a little Izzy in me is going crazy right now," which is really, really cool. Israel Adesanya's got a chance to see me in from a certain perspective throughout, his whole childhood. Now I'm getting a chance to watch Israel Adesanya from a perspective, and I watched this guy conduct himself, in the media squad, and he's so intelligent. He's so quick wit. He's so fascinating. You want to, want to be a part of, his aura and what's going on. And if Israel Adesanya, if he took that away from you, he definitely would not be the same person. You would not look at him the same way. So therefore, there again, going back to Brock Lesnar, having this interview. How many times have you seen Brock Lesnar do an interview before?
None that I could even remember.
Exactly my point. So now he can open the door just a little bit and let you see that, hey, man, I'm just a regular guy. I've just been playing my role for the last 20 years on television to make you believe in me a certain way. So, nah, man, that's what this thing's all about. But back to Israel Adesanya, man, in that moment, I want to say, man, I'm humbled, and I appreciate the young brother for there again, keeping me relevant. I've been all over Twitter for the last couple of days. That clip been going all over. My phone's been ringing off the hook for interviews. Sports Illustrated calling me immediately, after I got home that night and wanted to interview. So my thing is this, man. I appreciate it. Someone like him recognizing me and putting some respect on my name, like he said to one of the pressers, put some respect on his name, and definitely awesome to get a chance to meet someone like Israel Adesanya in person. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely. I think I saw a quote out that you had in one of the interviews you did on Twitter about him being a once in a generation athlete, right? And he really is that level of incredible as far as being an MMA fighter. It was a cool moment because here's a little behind the scenes too of it. Is we were sitting there, I think Robert Whitaker had just left. And by the way, guys, this was like, I don't know, was it like 1:15 in the morning or something?
1 o'clock in the morning. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. It was like, it was after 1 o'clock. Yes.
It was after 1 o'clock. And, Book was like, hey, you ready to get out of here? I was like, yeah. I said, you want to see who they have next? You're like, yeah, let's see who they have next. And it was Israel. And I just had a feeling because I knew Izzy was a wrestling fan. I'm like, if he sees you, maybe he'll say something. Or if you ask him a question, maybe you'll have a cool moment. I saw it happen in my mind. But what was great was not even on a question that you asked. Is what made the moment better.
Yeah.
Is a gentleman in the front was asking a question. And Izzy, you see it on his face completely as he's scanning the room. He then catches eyes with you, and he has no idea what this man just asked him.
He goes, yeah.
He goes, yeah. Is that Booker T? And then you hear the guy go, yes, it is. What the?
Yeah.
Holy hell. What the hell, Booker?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
What's crazy is I saw in one of the comments on one of the sites, and they say, well, Booker T, that just goes to show you these ex-WWE wrestlers are broke as hell. Booker T's in there asking questions to MMA fighters. And then I was thinking, and I was thinking about that person that put that comment out there, and I go, man, this person obviously doesn't know that those guys that's in the media room, most of them are journalists, and journalists make a lot of money. And I want to figure out, I always wanted to be a journalist, but I just didn't want to go to school. But I wanted to figure out how to be a journalist. And here I am in the presser, getting a chance to ask really poignant questions. And I think my questions was just as good as any one of those journalists that was in the media room. I really do. I think some of my questions were perhaps even better because Robert Whitaker, the question I asked him as far as how can he laugh, how can he smile about what was happening after that fight and whatnot, and they say you smile and you laugh to keep from crying in certain situations. And the question that I asked him, he went to that point to where he really made me feel as a journalist, listen to him answer the question. And he almost got to that point. And at the end of it, he said, man, it's about feeding my family. I get that. I get it 100%. Even though I know he was gutted, just like he said, even though I know it's staying to the utmost. But someone like that, man, a lot of class. And he might have went back to his room, his dressing room. He might have went to the shower, like he said, his quiet time when nobody's around him. He might have cried, bawled his eyes out. But I respect Robert Whitaker to the utmost. All man, big time.
Yeah, I mean, he was very impressive, even in defeat, very gracious in defeat, which is hard to do, especially when it's the second time to one guy, right?
Yeah.
Um, and to me, I loved seeing all of this. And you said that he's a classy guy. Well, let me ask you this though. Oh, and real quick, Daryl Alexander says, kayfabe may be mortally wounded, but it is not dead yet, baby. Salute to the panel. Appreciate it, Daryl.
Yeah.
You speaking of classy guys, I saw that you pieced it up with a long time rival of the program.
But think about this though. Think about this. He wasn't a rival for.
We're talking about Ariel Helwani.
I know it. He wasn't a rival. Ariel Helwani was the guy that we always would go to for expert knowledge. You and I would always call Ariel, hey man, can we get you on the show? And Ariel was always gracious. He always would come on the show and give us some time. And like I say, maybe he was corrupted. Maybe DC corrupted. Maybe he thought he was a wrestler for a minute and just started, saying some of the craziest stuff. You know what? People change. Okay, people change. As well as I'm a forgiving man. So I say let's bury the hatchet. And I might need Ariel to come on the show and give us some expert knowledge in the future. He might need me to come over there and talk a little bit. So I thought it was the right thing to do. I'm mad enough to say, hey man, let's squash this, bro. It's doing nothing for either one of us.
Yeah, so I got to go check out the interview, but I saw that y'all are going to piece it up, and so that's one rivalry that we can now put to bed here on the show.
Yeah,
we still have several others that are lingering out there.
Yeah,
we got to get some resolution. Macaulay Culkin, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah,
the list goes on. DC is one of them as well.
Definitely.
But it was good to see. And it's cool too. It was although we've been talking about MMA forever on this show, I feel like this was your MMA journalist coming out party.
I think so.
That's what it felt like.
I got a chance to I made a new friend today. I got a chance to do Renee Young and Angela Hill show on Sirius XM. And Angela Hill, man, she was really, really cool, man. She seemed like she became a fan, instantly. So I'm looking forward to actually getting a chance to meet her in person as well. But I think this was my journalism coming out party. There again is something that I've always wanted to do. You're going to see me a whole lot more at fights. It takes you have to like what you're doing to stick around, even though the fights are great. It's a lot of adrenaline going on, but you have to really love what you do to stick around for 8 hours. All right, just to get a chance to hang out and ask a few questions and talk to these guys. For me, I need as much content as I possibly can. I really want to let everyone know how serious I am as far as making this endeavor into being able to be one of the guys that are taken seriously when they see me in the press room, opposed to just being some ex-professional wrestler there playing games. That's not what this thing is about at all. I'm looking forward to my future in broadcasting, and hopefully we can make it. Look here, I want one of them Pat McAfee contracts, man. I want some big money, and I'm shopping this thing right now. So trust me, I'm gonna be at every boxing match. I'm gonna be at every mixed martial arts event. I'm gonna be at every UFC event. So guys, get ready to watch my ass on a regular basis.
Well, I don't know if people want to watch your ass. But they might want to hear your thoughts and opinions.
That too.
That too. Yeah, I want us to make enough money with this stuff to where Brock Lesnar could break my desk and I don't care. That's the kind of money I'm trying to get to. If Brock breaks my desk, I'm sending a receipt.
You're damn right. I'm going back to.
Who do I invoice?
I'm going to Walmart. We're doing it. Oh man.